Hi, I'm Brian Kellogg.
And I'm Allison Potter, and we are the Wedding Insiders. Follow us as we get inside and get to know the wedding industry. So we're here today with Beth Fry, owner of Cake Creations in Hilliard, Ohio. And we stepped into your store today and we just noticed the great smell of cookies and cakes just fuming. I was wondering, how long have you been in this location?
We've been in this store for a little over 3 years, but Cake Creations has existed for the past 30 years. We're a family business that's kind of been passed down over the years.
Who in your family began Cake Creations?
Sure. My Aunt Bev started Cake Creations actually out of her home about 30 years ago, and then she purchased a store in town, and she worked out of a storefront in West Jefferson for about 25 years, and we sold more wholesale, like through the local grocery store, and we did weddings and that kind of thing. And she retired about 5 years ago, and I bought Cake Creations, and then we moved to Hilliard, I don't know, a year or so after that.
Yeah, I like your location. It looks great, and the whole store, it looks absolutely wonderful. As she was saying, the smell and everything, as soon as you get in here, it's like a little atmosphere, just like, ooh, cookies and everything, cakes and everything else too. It's
Good,
great.
we're glad. We can't smell it anymore, so it blends in, but I'm glad that you can. Though.
Right. You just walk in and you get that.
That's
everything.
good.
Yeah,
It's really good.
And
It smells like home.
Right. And then in the wedding part of this, what is your kind of ideal bride? Do you think you have one, or what do you think?
I would say, like, our ideal bride is someone that comes to Cake Creations, meets with us, is comfortable with me, is comfortable with our style. We can communicate easily. I want them to have faith in my ability to deliver on their vision on their wedding day, so that when they walk in, they're like, oh, that's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, it's really nice that as I was at COSI with you, I got to see all the photos of the cakes you have. And as my wedding experience, I just said, that's the one. And I would say that would be the experience with some of your clients. They just find a photo and it's like, that's my cake. I would love something just like this, and work on the details and everything too.
Yeah, a lot of customers either bring photos or they take our photos and maybe they like a specific photo, or maybe they like elements from a few different and they want to mix and match and combine, you know, the styles that best represent them.
When you were talking about how you make your cakes structurally sound, looking good and tasting good, do you have any favorite flavors that you recommend to clients, you know, to make their cake taste the best?
Well, I mean, our filled flavors are some of our most popular, and I personally feel like once you have a filled cake, you really can't go back to plain cake. But as far as like rich, full flavors, like red velvet and cream cheese is a really full, rich flavor, and it bakes up really well, so you get a lot of good height. And then like your chocolate with chocolate creams or your chocolate with peanut butter creams, those are really rich flavors. Raspberry filling is that quintessential wedding flavor that's like universally popular. You can't really go wrong with that. I think giving your guests a variety has become a really popular thing too. So, but your chocolates and your red velvets are kind of like your most dense, sturdy cakes, I think.
Cool.
Well, do you have a favorite personally?
A favorite flavor?
Yeah.
It depends on the day and what kind of issues I'm working out, but if we're having an exceptionally rough day, I always start with the chocolate peanut butter.
Chocolate.
Yeah.
Chocolate peanut butter.
That's my favorite.
And then I've become really fond of the red velvet. So, and we really like the chocolate chip as well, my sister and I do. But I think, like, store-wide, the strawberry and cream is, I think, our most popular flavor.
What kind of advice do you have for brides that are looking for a cake place and might come to you? Do you have any advice for them in general?
Sure. I think the best advice for brides is to start early, take your time. I think before you start meeting with your vendors, try to get a general concept of a ballpark guest number. Overall, like, what kind of bride are you? Are you traditional? Are you modern? What's your look? You might not have that picture yet, like you might not have found it, but what are your colors? How do you lean towards stacked cakes or separated cakes? You know, what's your overall vision about your wedding and the look of your room? And then, and what are your likes? You know, when you come in, do you like chocolate cake? Do you like white cake? What do you want to try? You know, how interesting do you want to be? Just kind of getting a good vision of who you are and what you want, because weddings can become overwhelming. You have all these guests, and, you know, everybody feels like they should, you know, try to make everyone happy. And I think you have to start with kind of like, start with you and your family and what kind of cakes, you know, you love, and then, you know, move forward from there.
And well, I'm Brian Kellogg.
I'm Allison Potter.
And I'm Beth Fry with Cake Creations. Thank you for watching another edition of the Wedding Insiders.